Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Alex from Lionspo. I'm a beginner filmmaker from Czech Republic. My goal and my dream is to inspire as many people as I can to follow your dreams. So without further ado, I'd like to share with you today how I destroyed my Blackmagic 6K Pro and what you definitely need to take into consideration when you take a certain type of job. After having my Blackmagic 6K Pro for about 2 or 3 months, I was offered a job to film a party and then to make a recap. So I took my camera there, I was filming, I was having fun, I was dancing in the club, and after I was done, of course, I went home, I took out my camera, I imported my footage into the computer, I edited the recap, I even sent it to the customer, everything was fine. And in the day or two we went to Austria. I took it with me because there are a lot of beautiful mountains, beautiful views, so I wanted to film everything, and actually this was my first trip with the camera. Nothing was wrong at this point, so I transferred my footage into the editing software. I used DaVinci Resolve. And then I already made the entire video, and after starting to color grade it, I realized that there are some red dots in the image into some pattern, I don't know how to call it, like some random red dots. And I was so frustrated because the next day actually I had to go and to film the entire video clip using the camera. And at this point I didn't know like what is going on, so I tried to film some random videos at my apartment, and I realized that this was no problem of the lens but of the camera, because I tried some different lenses and those dots like simply were there. At first I thought that there is something wrong with the sensor of the camera, because I thought that maybe I spilled something at the party or maybe there is dust there. Next morning I went straight to the shop and I was asking them to clean the sensor immediately, and I was asking them so much. Yeah, and they said that unfortunately this is not something they can fix, because at their competence they said that I destroyed the camera sensor. How did this happen? Actually, there was a customer who started speaking to me and he asked me like, hey, what's up man, what is going on? And I explained him, I even showed him the video, and he said that unfortunately the friend of his was filming with Blackmagic as well on some concert, and it can happen actually not only to Blackmagic, it can happen to any camera at this point. He was filming at the concert and he got his sensor matrix, or I don't know what exactly it is, burned with a laser on the concert. And then I realized that actually when I was filming the recap of the party, I was even filming the lights and the laser beams were entering the camera, and I was filming at 3200 ISO. Even though I was using some ND filters, it didn't help. Those lasers burned the sensor. And can you imagine my frustration when I realized that actually the same day when I should film the entire video clip with this camera, I had to go and to rent a new one, because my customer wasn't like, it wasn't his fault that I destroyed my camera, so I went and rented the camera, the exact same one, so I filmed the entire video clip. It was fine, but then I came back home. Of course, I asked my shop to repair the camera within the warranty, but they told me that they sent the request to Blackmagic, so I wrote to Blackmagic directly and I asked them, hey guys, can you please fix it somehow? So they asked me to send some test footage, and after reviewing this test footage they told me that unfortunately the sensor of the camera is completely destroyed and they don't repair it. Even with the money they couldn't do that. They said that the camera built that way that repairing the sensor will cost me exactly the same amount of money how to buy the new camera. I thought that my world has ended at this point. When buying Blackmagic cameras, guys, you need to take into consideration that here, at least in Europe, the only base is in the UK. So if you are situated somewhere else outside of the UK, you need to send this camera to them, wait, then take your camera back. And this is a nightmare to work with a Blackmagic, and was like a very frustrating experience for me. I even went to YouTube, I even went to Google, and I found on some forums, on some YouTube videos, in the comments sections, that actually Sony and Canon were repairing it within the warranty, and even if not within the warranty, they simply exchanged the camera sensor, and at any point it wasn't, at least what they wrote, at any point it wasn't that expensive like with a Blackmagic. Like, they just told me to buy a new camera, that's it, or to go to my insurance company. Of course, as a filmmaker beginner, I didn't expect something like this to happen to a camera, and I didn't have any insurance at this point because I wanted to buy it, but I didn't do that. So please don't do as I did. So just a short recap, guys. If you want to film a party or a concert where there are lasers beams, you need to buy a special filter for that purpose. Even though you have this filter, it doesn't mean that something couldn't happen to your camera sensor. So in my opinion, if you are a filmmaker, be careful when filming parties or concerts. At least I won't do that at all, because I don't want to destroy the second camera. And when using Blackmagic cameras, please be careful, because their service after something happens to the camera is bad, is really bad. I even asked if I should wait for some parts, or maybe they can refer myself to someone else who can repair this camera. They said no, only insurance company can cover your costs, and maybe you can buy a new camera because this one is destroyed permanently. The purpose of the video, guys, is to let you know that you can destroy a camera, so be careful on parties, concerts, wherever there are laser beams, avoid them or have a special filter. I hope that this information will help you and you won't make my mistakes. Let's call those videos Do Better Than Me, exactly the same like the playlist is called. If you find this information helpful, if you like what I said, if that helped you or to prevent some damage to your cameras, if you didn't know that, please leave me a like, comment down below if you have any other questions, and consider subscribing to my channel because I'm sharing my journey and I'd like to inspire people, I'd like to share my knowledge, experience, I'd like to hear from you guys. There are a lot of amazing content creators out there. Please follow me on Instagram right here if you want to, of course, and see you in the next video.